We are presented by ESPN Bet. The big fella D Wood a little under the weather, but we got Orlovsky, we got Rex Ryan, we got Canty on the way. Schefty is standing by on the day before the trade deadline. We got so much to do and only 2 hours to do it. Roll the highlight. The Cowboys were just awful yesterday in a season that has been difficult to watch.
Rinse and repeat.
Danny, this may have been a new low. Dallas and the Falcons. Cowboys down 7-3, 4th and 1. What?
You don't run this play when you got two edge defenders outside of your offensive tackle. This is a poor situational football play for the Dallas Cowboys. The frustration starting to show.
Meanwhile, on the other side, this is also a 4th down play, and it's Darnell Mooney.
And there's definitely miscommunication. There's picks that get set to the Cowboys defense, and then Mooney uncovered down the sideline.
He had 5 catches, 88 yards. Now, next Cowboys drive, 2nd and goal. How about Rico Dowdle in the end zone?
Yeah, but how about Dak Prescott continuing to fight, continuing to compete? Say what you want, but he's doing that. Dowdle makes the circus catch, and the Cowboys feel like they have some life. Dak doing everything he can to keep the play alive and dumping it off to Dowdle.
So it's 14-10 Atlanta at halftime, and that's still the score on the first possession of the second half. And the Cowboys have a 4th and 2 at their own 38. They decide to punt, but no, they don't. What is this?
Well, why would you put the ball into the $60 million quarterback's hands? Let's have our punter fake punt a throw.
He's been in the league 13 years.
Where you can foul those guys the whole way down the field.
That was the 3rd pass that he had ever thrown. Then it's Cousins to Ray McCloud, and the Falcons open up their lead, and they would wind up putting this game away. But then late in the 3rd, we're adding injury to insult. Not quite clear what happens to Dak here, but it's a hamstring.
I don't see much, but I do know this. He's one of the toughest, most competitive guys in the NFL. For him to come out, there's definitely something there.
And then after the game, I'm not a lip reader, but if you are, you have a feeling what he just said. Hey, Jerry Jones.
Good luck, I think.
What?
We might do something this week.
We could,
it could
yes,
be a trade.
yes. It takes to tango, but we've got some things in the middle. We're gonna do everything we can at all times to improve this team, and in our judgment, if what you have to give up helps improve it, we'll do it. I know everybody understands. I don't think I have to say it, but we'll go for it.
Okay, put your feet up. We've got a lot to get to here. Jerry Jones saying we're going to try and do some stuff to try and save our season with the trade deadline tomorrow and the season rapidly slipping away. We can go big picture or little. Let's start with when you watch them play, what jumps out at you immediately?
They're sloppy, they're poorly coached, they're undisciplined, and they're a subpar talented football team. That's when
outside of those, they're outstanding.
So they're pretty dang good.
Yeah, the Cowboys are a Super Bowl team if not for those 5 factors.
The 2nd, 3rd down of the game on defense, they got 10 on the field.
Yeah.
That's sloppy. That's a poorly coached, poorly prepared unit. This is the 2nd, 3rd down of the football game. It's 3rd and 4. The Falcons are going to motion. I'm like, why is nobody running with them? And then I go, okay, 3rd and 4, the ball gets thrown out there. How's it hat on hat? They only have 10 on the field. It's the 2nd, 3rd down of the football game. And then 4th down defensively. You're getting man coverage. Watch how the rail route from Mooney, Trayvon for some reason tries to undercut it. You know they're going to try and pick you, and it's a walk-in touchdown. That's sloppy, that's undisciplined, that's poorly prepared, poorly coached, and then the talent doesn't cover up for that. That's who they are as a football team right now.
Yeah, when I look at it, it's quite honestly, if you're a Cowboy fan, you got to be excited because your defense just played below average, which is a great improvement over the way it's been all season. Like you talk about, yeah, we see the little rub route, the pick route and stuff like that to Mooney. Like, yeah, that's coaching. Like if you're going to lock guys down, all right, then you got to play over top of it. Obviously, you can't be on the same level. It's just, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, but. You can switch. You know, you can play switch in that, but apparently they can't.
Rex,
it's meaning that we have like 3 guys in a cluster right there, right? Then we're going to play our 3 against your 3, but we're going to play zone. We're going to pick the man up in my zone.
Right.
They don't do any of that stuff. They get picked, naturally picked all the damn time. Communication is horrible. You talk about having 10 on there. That's all right because they had 12
on offense.
Another time on offense on a 4th down situation. So it looks horrible. But my biggest take is this, like, they're desperate, right? Everybody's trying to make a play. John Fossil is one of the best special team coaches in the league, if not the best.
Agreed.
And now we're going to run a fake punt. What the hell are we running a fake punt for where they can foul us all the way down the field? I can interfere with your receiver the whole time. If he's playing off and bailing, I get it. But he's clearly not playing off and bailing here. So I thought that was a horrendous call. Look, the guys that are pressed, I can foul you all over the place.
Right.
There's no rule for it. So to me, it's just like everybody's trying to make a play as they want to win. I get it, the competitiveness and all that stuff. But damn, at some point, you got to have a team, and you got to have, like, everybody has their responsibilities, but understand the team and the what we're doing collectively. Right now, they look like three independent contractors: offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah. Not only that, but because we can go bigger picture here. What wasn't mentioned, and in case you weren't paying attention on the pregame shows and all that stuff yesterday, Ezekiel Elliott wasn't there because he apparently missed several meetings or whatever it was. Schefty will be with us in a minute here. He can explain in more detail. But for whatever reason, disciplinary reasons, Zeke Elliott, who in theory is one of your team leaders, if he isn't, what's he there for? He's a 29-year-old running back who's way past his prime. He's not out there because of disciplinary reasons. You have every single player on the team, it seems, has a podcast. Several of them last week are doing one where they list the 10 best quarterbacks in the league and don't mention their own. Rex, it feels like, forgetting the game, it feels like everything is coming apart at the seams. And I think it's obvious watching Jerry Jones, he sees it and recognizes at this point he's lost the ability to do anything about it.
Yeah, and to Jerry Jones, as competitive as he is, that's why he said what he said. Like, no way in his right mind would you try to build to this football team this year, because this team's done. But he's no, we're going to do it. I got to do my part or whatever. And I get it, okay? I appreciate that about Jerry Jones, without question. But, man, oh, man, it's like, come on, guys, where's the team part of it? Damn it, are you that jealous of damn Dak Prescott? I mean, I don't get it. How do you not put him in the top 10? By the way, he's the highest paid quarterback in the league, player in the league. Yeah. So to me, it's like, yeah, there's something not right in that locker room. And this is what happens when all of a sudden you don't meet expectations. The natural reaction is start doing this. They start pointing to different guys.
This is what happens when you have the wrong expectations. That's the thing. They have the wrong expectations. Let's be honest about this team. This team is more likely to have a top 5 pick than make the playoffs. That's what this team is. Yeah. There's no one move that's going to save this football team. You're not buyers. You're sellers. It's not going to get better. This is a football team that is deprived of talent. Guess what? In 2025, 46% of their salary cap goes to Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb.
Put up 819. Yes, there you go. If you think things are bad now, just wait. They're about to get much worse. Dak Prescott has a $90 million cap hit next year. CeeDee Lamb, $35 million. So that's, as you say, right around 45% of their salary cap for next year will be taken up by those two players.
Why would you be a buyer right now? There is not a single move out there that is going to transform your football team. Right now, you are 4 or 5 legit players away, let alone scheme, let alone culture, from mattering. Greeny, you mentioned just think about this past week. Trayvon Diggs gets into it with a reporter publicly, and they squash it. Good for them.
Right.
Zeke's not there. Dak is on the side after the 10 people on defense, 12 people on offense, the fake punt. Dak is on the sidelines getting caught on TV saying, we blanking suck.
Right.
That's who you are right now if you're the Dallas Cowboys. You're not even remotely close to being a playoff caliber football team.
Oh, by the way, he's hurt, and that's probably not good, right? Like that. I don't know much about anything, but I know that when a quarterback has a hamstring injury and he uses the word, I felt something pop, I've never felt anything like that before, that's a very, very bad sign.
Especially for a guy like him, who's as tough and as competitive as they come. But again, I just want to be honest. You guys weren't doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
This offense has no creativity. There's no detail. The spacing's terrible. You can't get out of your own way. You're poorly managed when it comes to situational football. The only thing that you remotely do well is you, Dak to CeeDee Lamb. And if that's not happening, and that's not happening nearly as good as it did last year, there's nothing you do well offensively.
Yes, so 46% of their salary cap for next year are undergoing MRIs today. As you see, on your screen there between the injuries to those two guys. No, it's a complete mess, and we're going to get Schefty in here in a minute to describe where it sort of goes from here, but it also does leave you very much when you have a coach who is in the last year of his contract, which, as we know, is an extremely unusual circumstance in the NFL. When things start, if everything is going well, that's probably not a problem, right? Everyone is rallying around a common cause. But to your point, when everything starts to go awry, and boy, has it ever gone awry, and the schedule is brutal going forward, and the Commanders are really good with momentum, and the Eagles win again yesterday, so it's all going to get hopelessly away from you. If you're Mike McCarthy, how do you keep control of that situation when everyone knows you are probably coaching your final games anyway?
Well, and that's it. But here's what Mike can do. He can show the entire locker room that he's not giving up, that he's sitting back, he's going to be fired up, and that he's coming up with, game plans and all that, and excitement and all that. You've got to generate it yourself. Look, I've been in a lame duck situation, albeit not on a one-year deal. All right. But you got to fight. He's got to be the leader. And this guy's a really good football coach.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. He's a good football coach. And, to me, and a veteran guy and things like that. So to me, he'll get it right. He will keep fighting. But the thing is, right now, it's just the infighting is killing this football team. Like, you've got to rally around the decal, the Dallas Cowboys. You can't just sit back and, well, it's this guy, it's this guy. No, hell, it's got to be just the opposite. And to me, if you are one of those guys that are pointing the damn finger, shame on you. Shame on you. Rally this damn team together. All right? And that's one thing. If, let's say Jerry makes a move, because I don't think he should, but let's say he makes a move for Travis Etienne, just throwing a name out there.
Congratulations.
Okay?
You're still not.
Congratulations, and I get it. At least you're saying, you know what? The message you're sending to the team is we're still damn fighting. So I can see Jerry doing it for that reason and thinking that maybe this back down the road could be part of the solution. But to me, this has got to be about the team. Let's see how much of a team you really are, and quit fighting and bickering amongst each other.
It's almost
drives me damn crazy.
It's almost like someone said after the playoff loss that they should start over.
Yeah. You said it, that they should start over, but you don't. I understand what you're saying. I told Schefty is ready to go. Let me get Schefty in here, because Schefty is ready to go. Again, the trade deadline is tomorrow. Schefty, we heard Jerry Jones there say, I believe the expression he used was, we've got a few things in the mail, but it takes two to tango. I don't know what exactly he means. These things probably haven't been done by mail in quite some time. But Schefty, take us through this. When he says that, what, if anything, and there's a million other things we'll get to, but what, if anything, could we be expecting from the Cowboys between now and tomorrow afternoon?
The magic solution is not walking through that door, Greeny, no matter who they trade for. They're not making a deal big enough to get a trade done that's going to save their season. The die is cast on what this team is right now. They're not going to go out and trade. Like, I've had other teams wondering a lot, well, maybe we should call the Dallas Cowboys to see if they would trade some of their players. Maybe we should check to see if they would be willing to move on from Micah Parsons, which I don't think they would be. But those are the conversations that are going on more than who is Dallas going to land at the deadline that's going to help that run defense, that's going to help that run game, that's going to turn around this season, that's going to get Dak hamstrings healthy again, that's going to get CeeDee Lamb's shoulder healthy again. This team has got so many issues that one trade, two trades, three trades, which aren't going to happen, aren't going to fix this roster.
We got older, more expensive, and not in any way better as far as the talent is concerned. We also saw, and to some degree these things get swept under the rug, Dan, but this was a team where the players in their own locker room were openly critical of the quarterback after their playoff last year. Their own star players. And one of the, CeeDee Lamb's mother on Facebook, openly critical of the quarterback, suggesting that her son would be better off going to Houston and playing with C.J. Stroud. These things happened, and we tried to act like it didn't matter. They tried to act like it doesn't matter when it all comes back together again, but maybe it actually does.
Yes, but let me be very clear. The Cowboys are where they are today because of the front office, because of the way that the people who have built this football team, built this organization, hired the certain coaches in certain roles. That's where the failure lies. We can pin this all on the quarterback all we want. Dak Prescott, is not playing as well as we've been accustomed to. He is so far down the list.